Yo, what's up? Your boy Showtime Doctor. I'm back. Apologies for my voice. I've been sick the last couple days, so I haven't even been able to stream or put out videos, but I wanted to put this one out because it's overdue actually about a day. We hit 1,000 subscribers sometime yesterday, so I fell asleep and we were at like 997 or something like that, and then I would look up, it'd be like less people. I was like, what the hell's going on? But anyway, so I just wanted to say to everybody, thank you so much. It seems like only a couple weeks ago I did the thank you 500 video, and that was mind-boggling to me. But now we're doing the thank you 1,000 video, and I don't know what technically the next milestone is. Is it 2,500? Whatever it is, but usually I'm not one like in my real life to do pomp and circumstance as far as celebrating things. I don't even throw a big smiles for my birthday usually, except with the stream. But yeah, so just wanted to say thank you. I had intended to do a video for you guys, and I need a certain advent to come back before I do it. But be looking for that probably later this week, next week. I do, well, I'll keep it as a surprise, but I'm gonna do something special for you guys since you've done so much for me. So I wanted to say thank you again for the compliments, especially on the guides. I work hard on the guides for you guys, and I can only bring out what I what what I actually can do. So at first, if you notice, there were a lot of YouTubers putting out, "Oh yeah, we did the hardest dungeon in the game" videos or whatever. I couldn't do those at the time, so I'm not gonna put out a video on something I didn't do. And but as the dungeons have come along and other characters have come along, I've gone ahead and released content as quickly as I can. I'm bottlenecked. I don't spend much money on this game, and the money I do spend, the greater majority of it is donated to me. So, although I might have found a workaround for that, we'll see about that. Still not going to spend a bunch of money on the game, but I'll throw down where it's appropriate, and if I get donations, I'll throw down as well. So, but like I have people ask me for like Jacqueline guides. I'm like, guys, I don't have Jacqueline, so I can't make a guide. Because the reason that I think most people like my guides is it's my organic use of the character as I see it, and potential things, potential builds, potential synergies, etc. My experiences with the characters. So that's why it's real, because I know there's a lot of people out there. They get the new character, they build up the new character, and who knows what happens after that sometimes. But as far as what I do, yeah, whatever I got, I'll share with you guys. If once again, if I see a need somewhere, I will immediately zoom on that need and try to portray exactly the points I feel that are important to the community, important to the developers, etc. So, that's my channel in a nutshell, is do what I can with what I got, and you know, just wait on try to rush towards all the other stuff. I was actually kind of stoked to get that Cynthia guide out when I could, because I was still feeling really bad. I felt bad for like the last 3 days. I think it's either there's something going around or it's something in this house, because the owner has been blasting the AC because they're like older people. So I don't know if there was something crazy in the vents or whatever's going on, but my throat's all super scratchy right now, so I haven't even streamed the last couple days. And when I do stream now, man, dude, a lot of you guys from YouTube have jumped to my stream. Even if it's just for 10, 15 minutes, just come to say hi and share your experiences and stuff. I really appreciate that, but man, dude, like, it's so hard for me to keep up with chat now, and I got mods now, real mods. Oh my god, nurse mods. So, and even they have issues sometimes keeping up. I've had a couple people come back out the woodwork that were like old viewers of mine, and it's just been a roller coaster ride, man. I got so much going on in my personal life, and um, I need to go shopping and stuff right now, go get some grub. But I wanted to make this video for you guys to thank you 1,000, and here's to keep growing. And I'm so appreciative that everyone finds my content, for the most part, enjoyable and entertaining, informative, etc. I really appreciate the compliments you guys give me. It keeps me strong in the face of the haters. And you know, like I had a comment the other day. I already deleted it before anyone asked, but there was someone like psychoanalyzing me, as if you can psychoanalyze someone you don't know, let alone a YouTube clip of 1 or 2 minutes of them. And they were like, your personality really scares me. I would be in fear of my life if I was anywhere near you. I would not put my family next to you. I'm just like, dude, you've never freaking talked to me. You know, my demeanor is so much different when, you know, I'm just BSing like I am now. Or when I'm doing a guide, because when I'm doing a guide, I'm trying to be, all right, let's stick to the points. Let's do this. You know, I'm not like one, hey guys, I'm back. Look at my crazy hairstyle. All these crazy things. Bunch of topless ticks in the jacuzzi right now. Okay, let's get into it. Can we get some hype in the chat? Like, I'm not that guy. So, and I think that's the guy that a lot of people are used to, as far, you know, just basically like attention whores. So there's a lot of that, unfortunately, going around with the way society is nowadays, of get as many likes and follows and this and that as you possibly can. And, you know, they're kind of teaching us to be like attention junkies. And, you know, I do my best to fight that. But, you know, like, I always joke with some of my regulars. I'm like, yeah, I will never once say, yeah, smash that like button, guys. Like, who the hell? You know, like, you're going to be like, take that like button. Like, you know, like there's some type of achievement or some BS. But so I'm gonna continue to provide you guys with Knights Chronicle content. I know the content's been a little slow. Guild Battle wasn't received well. I haven't found anybody that's like 100% good with Guild Battle, even like the super whales. And, you know, not to be derogatory, but you know what I'm saying. Like, once you get to a certain rank in Guild Battle, doing offense is really not that worthwhile, unless you really want to get that 4-star evil mon. Otherwise, you know, we do our 1 a day for the daily quest, and then we're done with my guild right now. And you know, they're kind of recycling the dungeons, so a lot of people that couldn't do them before, they're starting to get more into the content of my videos. And you know, I noticed there's a resurgence on like the Tayo video. I'm getting some comments again, and Sid's video, etc. Christian's coming back with that horrible phase 2. Cannot wait. I am literally gonna get 5 Christians and never do that dungeon again. Same with Tayo, until I can auto Tayo. But I'm never doing Christian again once I get 5. But anyways, that's a conversation for another time. So now, I'd like to share some personal side with you guys. So if you're just here, you know, for Knights Chronicle content and stuff, there'll be a little bit of that, but for the most part, I'm gonna get like a little personal. So if you're not into that, you know, thank you guys again for the subs, and I'll catch the rest of y'all later. But for the rest of you guys, so I wanted to share my experiences with why I became a streamer, and now I'm a content creator, and who knows what we'll do in the future. You know, I've tried like little avenues like talk shows, I've tried reviews, etc. And yeah, you know, struck out and missed. And on some things, you know, some things are going really well. So let's see. So sometime in about, I think it was 2016. It was like early 2016. Might have been a little earlier than that. Might have been 2015. I was like super miserable in my life. So full disclosure, I had a bank job. I was working a desk job at a bank. A bank that's been in the news a lot lately for scamming a lot of customers. I'll just leave it at that. So we did desk work, and it was one of those jobs where, like, you know, middle management really doesn't do anything but regurgitate whatever upper management says. And I was just so miserable because, long story short, it's one of those jobs where you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And if you don't know, if the right people don't like you, doesn't matter what kind of worker you are, you're screwed. There's no advancement there unless you're willing to sell your soul. So I was really miserable one day. And my buddy who lives across town, he's like, hey man, come visit me. And he was having issues because his wife, they had been married. She's from Canada, and they had immigration issues, so she had to go back. And they would spend like half the year, you know, together, and then half the year she would have to go back to her parents' house. So I was really hard on him. So he's real lonely one day, and I come over, and I'm miserable as well, and we're like middle school friends. So I'm over there. He's like, "Hey man, check out Twitch." And I'm like, "Dude, like I don't. Twitch is like dumb. I don't want to be on Twitch." He's like, "Nah, man, check it out." So like, he showed me this guy. His name's 8-Bit Drummer. Really fun Twitch channel, by the way. But he's like this guy. He's drumming, and he drums kind of to remix songs and original songs from like 8-bit and 16 bits. And he's really good, really great energy, cool personality. And I remember I was watching him. I was like, I can do that. And I'm like, but I'm too old. No one's ever gonna watch me. But I could do that. Like, so then, that was over, and I was talking with another friend. Now this friend, he had gotten into a motorcycle accident. He's paralyzed from the stomach down, which is worse than being paralyzed from the waist down, because I guess your stomach muscles actually help you balance your upper body. So, he's in a rut, and he's dealing with that. But he has a lot of money because he got run down by a USC bus, so the settlement's pretty huge for him. Well, anyway, so I was texting him. I'm like, "Yeah, man, I was looking at Twitch today. There was this cool dude. And, I think I could do that, man. But, man, dude, I was just born too early, man. Like, I would have been perfect for that if I was still in my teens and etc." And I gave him this whole long spiel, and he just sends me a text back. He goes, "It's never too late, bro." And, like, I thought about that for a couple days. Did I really do it? Well, what the hell? I'll give it a shot. So I picked a weekend because all during the week I'm too tired. I'm working my bank job. I pick a weekend. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go watch like tutorial videos and how-tos, and okay, how do I do this? So, all right, this is how you do the streaming software. This is how you do the editing. This is how you do the alerts. This is how you set up this, that, donation, blah, 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 blah. This is how you capture games and blah. And my computer at the time was like garbage, so I could only do like 2D games, etc. And so I spent like a weekend, because I'm a slow learner. Spent a weekend going through, okay, I gotta do this, gotta do that. And I start to run my own streams after a couple weeks, and they're all like hot garbage, right? But you gotta start somewhere. So, and 0 viewers, 1 viewer, 0 viewers, 1 viewer. Guy comes into my channel, you're a noob, blah, 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 blah. Just like all this hate. And then finally I was streaming Hearthstone. I decided to be a variety streamer, and I found this one person. Year later, we actually end up hanging out. We play D&D in real life. Me, her husband, and some other friends of mine. And, well, anyway, so we chat, and it's really cool. I'm like, oh, man, I really enjoy this. So I put, like, all this work into, like, an overlay, and, I'm asking, like, bigger streamers, hey, how do you do this? How do you do that? And some of them are like, oh, yeah, man, go check this out, man. And some of them are like, yo, F off. That has nothing to do with the stream. And I'm just like, all right, cool. So, well, anyway, so I get a little farther in my streaming career, and the problem with being a variety streamer, there's pros and cons. The pros are the people that watch you are people that watch you for you. They don't necessarily watch you for just one thing or a certain game or whatever. But at the same time, you don't get in front of a lot of people. So, like, for instance, if there's a new game that's out and it's like the hottest thing, and you're like, oh man, I'm gonna stream it day one. Well, Dan's Gaming streaming it, Cold Carnage is streaming it, Total Biscuit, rest in peace, streaming it. All like the big streamers are just streaming it. So here's the pie. Here's your piece of the pie, and people have to scroll down a fair amount to find you. And so I learned really quickly that's not necessarily the best thing to do if you want to get noticed, but unfortunately that was the way it was. So I wandered for a while, and I'd settle on games, and then I'd wander more, and I actually really enjoy doing the variety stuff. But so eventually I came across this Knights Chronicle game. I honestly forget how I found it. I think it was about like a phone ad or a Facebook ad or something like that. So I click on it. I'm like, oh, this looks kind of cool. Let's mess with it. So I played on my stream one day. Like, oh, what's this? Showtimedr? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's Knights Chronicle. Let's check it out. And I played it for a couple days. I'm like, yeah, this is really fun. And then before I know it, like half my community in the Discord starts playing it. And I'm like, all right, I'll make a guild. Let's just do it. And then all of a sudden, a bunch of people are coming on, and I'm getting hosts from bigger streamers, etc., etc. And so I'm like, oh, I'll start making some tutorial videos, because I started to look online for guides and tutorial videos. There really wasn't much out there, and a lot of it No offense to anyone else, but there's a lot of bigger streamers that are like they play this game, but they also play multiple other games, and that's fine. Whatever floats their boat, whatever goes good for their content creation. But there's not that care and that familiarity that you get from someone who streams this content majority. So there's a couple of us out there, but I just started making guides, and at first it was slow going, and I started to make, is this game right for you, and early game characters, etc. And it started picking up some momentum, and but I did not go into that with the goal of, hey, I'm gonna have 1,000 subscribers and whatever, get noticed. And all of a sudden, just like organically, because I guess the information vacuum for this game was so intense. There were other streamers out there, but they were putting out videos from the perspective of, yo, if you spend X amount of money, or yo, this other guy that spends money, and I'm doing his videos, and it's just like, well, there's a certain touch that's lost, and it's like, well, what about everyone else? So I started making videos for those people because when you're a free to play or a closer to free to play player, like a guppy, like I consider myself, you can't waste. If you want to play, if you want to play just to play, that's one thing. But if you want to play and like, okay, I want effective characters for what I want to do, and I want to be able to do these dungeons and these higher end content as as quickly as possible. Well, you need to know like what's good, what's not if you're new to the game, what's worth doing, what's not worth doing, what to build up, what to focus on, who to focus on, how should I do my runes, how should I do my talents, etc., etc. What's effective, what's not. And in this game, there's sometimes there's really not one answer. There's some basic stuff, but it's very different depending on what you're trying to do. So I started making guides for those people, and yeah, people kept finding me and finding me and finding me, and then all of a sudden you guys are coming to my Twitch and you're sending me messages and you're in my Discord, and I get messages all over the place now from my email, Twitch, YouTube, Discord, even my Twitter. So it's pretty gnarly because trying to keep up with everybody, because I still try to be that guy that replies to every comment. I know eventually I'm gonna have to stop that because you can't reply to, eventually it's going to be hundreds of comments, and it's just the way it is. But and even chat now on my Twitch, man, it's so hard to keep up sometimes. I got people like mad at me because you didn't see my content, this is a good old boys chat. I'm like, I'm out of here, this is just like, dude, I missed it, what do you want me to do? Like, you could just restate it like all the nice people do, and I'll see it eventually, or one of my mods will tell me. But anyway, so dealing with that stuff, but so it's just been a wild ride, man. I never thought I would have a YouTube that, had content that was really appreciated. My YouTube, when I first started it up, it was just to have archives of all the games I played in the past, and maybe one day if I got stuff going in my gaming career, in my content creation career, people could go back and be like, oh, he played that game, I really love that game, and I like this guy, so I want to see his experience with it. Like, that's all I really created the channel for. Now it's a whole different thing now, and I'm still gonna do all that stuff, like archive stuff, but obviously the Knights Chronicle portion of my YouTube is the hot thing right now. So another story for you, because I glossed over it a bit. So see, how do I say this? I have a couple of regrets in my life. So in 2006, I had this really nice luxury real estate job where I was like basically uh, making databases basically for all the real estate properties. And there's a thing called the MLS system, mortgage lending system. You post online and it gets listed, houses for sale, etc. So I had a really cushy job over in Newport Beach. I was making way more money than I deserved, and but I was a kid and I didn't appreciate that. So I started calling in sick, and I was at work. I'm looking up World of Warcraft forums because I used to play that all the time. And eventually I lost that job, and oh man, dude, like the people that really liked me, and that's one of my big regrets in life was just, man, dude, if I would have just kept at that, and I would have learned appropriate skills, where could I be right now? So I always regretted that. And um, that bank job that I mentioned earlier, I actually ended up getting bad wrists from it because they had those mouse pads that were like gigantic, like because I have wrist gels right now, but they had those mouse pads that were like, huge, like 3 times as big as this. So I used to do the mouse on that, and there was this thing called return mail. It was this horrible function where we take mail and we update the address, but there's like thousands of them, and we have to actually physically grab the mail and open it, and your hands get all dried out. And well, anyway, so uh, something had gone down at the job. I forget. I think I wanted an award or something like that because they always gave awards only to people that they liked. I was like, I'm gonna work so hard. I'm gonna make them give me a reward. So I was processing like thousands of these letters a day. Mistake, huge mistake, because I ended up screwing up my wrist doing that. And just because they gave me a bag workstation. Because when you're 6'7", there's no workstation that's ever fit for you unless you customize it. And so it's either monitor's too high, too low, you can't stretch out properly, your knees hit the desk, it gets all crazy. Well, anyways, I did my best to make myself comfortable, but that job, man, they just spit you out and grind you up. So, and then none of my work was ever appreciated. They could always just put in another person. So I'm a little bit wiser about that now, and I tell people, I'm like, from now on, I'm only working for myself, or I'm only working for someone who appreciates me and treats me right. I'm not working for someone that abuses me. I'm not working for someone that exploits me. So that's been my creed right now. And luckily, I found a part-time job where I could do that. So, but as you get older, once your body starts to break down, and in this case it's my wrist, like I can't even play like fighting games and stuff anymore for long periods of time like I used to, because it just hurts me too much, which is a shame because as you can see over here, I love Street Fighter, a platformer like Mega Man, etc. I love those games, but there's so much button mashing. Like I can't play. I used to be a big Dota player. Can't play Dota anymore because you're mashing that button like thousands of times in a match. I can't do that. So I've had to kind of slow down and play slower games and story-driven games, etc. But so what I'm trying to do with my career now is, and this YouTube's been a big blessing for me overall, but I would like to continue to expand eventually to other games. As they come out, there might not be something out there right now, but eventually will come out. I got another gacha I play, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, but that gacha is so math heavy, and I know I would screw up the math that I don't even try to put content out for that, because I'm a good player, but I'm not like this elitist super player, and the meta for that game's already been established, so I'll just probably wait for other games. I would like to try that Persona game out. At some point later on this year, I'm going to try to play one of the Persona games on the stream. But um it's just weird looking back. Oh, so okay, so here's a connection for you. That friend that I went over to his house and he showed me 8-Bit Drummer earlier this year, he got in a motorcycle accident. And him and his wife, they've been together for like a year now, and immigration and all that went through. So he was really messed up. Like he had broken ribs and his foot got all screwed up, concussion, etc. He was on a scooter and he got hit, and someone randomly found him down and called 911. So, um, so what happens is they have a child that's less than a year old, a daughter. And so you can imagine the wife has a husband that can't work, and his health is all screwed up, and a child that was that young. So I saw a need there. So I went over to visit them as soon as I could, and I told them, I'm like, I'm gonna raise $1,000 for you guys on the Twitch. And I normally don't ask any money at all on Twitch. If people give me money, they give me money, but I'm not like, okay, guys, I'm buying a private island, so you guys need to donate, man. I'm broke. I'm running on fumes here. I need food and rent money. I'm not that guy, but I saw a need there, so I went to my community for a couple of weeks, and I was like, look, this is my best friend in life. He's always helped me. He's always done XYZ for me, and he's always been there for me, so I want to be there for them now. And so we set a goal, and my goal was get a $500 from the community, and I'm gonna match. And it's gonna be a 24-hour stream, and it's in the archives. I think it's on my Twitch. If you guys ever want to see it, but I streamed like 5 or 6 different games that day, and we didn't meet the goal, unfortunately. I think we got to like $460, but that was still hella amazing. So I gave them, it was something to the equivalent of like 920 something or other. I'm like, I'm sorry I didn't meet the 1,000, but they were like, because when I told them, a couple weeks earlier, like, hey, I'm gonna get you guys $1,000, they kind of looked at me like, yeah, right, John. Yeah, right, John. So, and then when I finally gave them the check, they were like, oh my God. And like they went and watched the video, like, your community is so positive. Oh, I really like it. Please tell them all thank you. And it was like one of the great achievements that I had this year of finally being able to give back to these people that gave me so much and always treated me kindly. And so that was really nice to be able to kind of have that throwback. Like this is the guy that inadvertently got me started on my career as a streamer and as a content creator. Like, yo, bro, you're down. Here you go. we helped that family out a lot, and then so when I got off of my seasonal job, I work tax jobs for those who don't know. Uh, I went nuts. Like I created a YouTube, or not YouTube, a Twitch compilation video, which takes a lot of work. It took me like 2 days to do. And I did so many things for the stream, like graphics and mess with the bots and programmed mini games and, uh, just did so much trying to improve the quality of the stream and make things funner for you guys. And but at the heart of the stream, my interaction with the chat has always been my strongest thing. So that's what I try to do with you guys, and that's how I try to give you guys this personal touch of, hey, I'm here, I'm real, let's do it. What do you want to talk about? What do you want to do? What are you thinking about? Here's some theory crafting, here's a funny story, I try to do that for you guys, but so right now what I got going on in my life is I'm having a hard time making it in California just because real estate's ridiculous. Cost of living's ridiculous, and basically if you don't have like a full family network or someone that's willing to let you live there at their house in exchange for work or whatever, like some of my friends have, it's basically impossible unless you have like, even if you have like a bachelor's degree, you gotta have like a freaking master's and stuff, and school's not for me, unfortunately. So my aunt gave me an offer to move with her, my favorite aunt, to North Carolina. So I'm actually taking her up on that, but I told her, I'm like, well, I'm gonna work this tax job, and that's supposed to last until October, and then we got a couple conventions that I might go to, I might not, and then November I'm getting the hell out of here and I'm gonna move back there because cost of living's better, rent's better. I love my aunt. I get my own master bedroom, I get my own office, and I can really creatively just fly, for the stream and do almost whatever I want. I just gotta keep it quiet for her in the morning because she's a writer, so she needs her quiet time. Romance writer, by the way. Um, so, but it's this really great opportunity. But the problem is, uh, this job hasn't called me back yet, so I might be in on this. Excuse me. I might be in on the second wave, but I'm waiting to hear back from them. If I don't hear back from them by next month, I might just go this next month, which would be a lot harder on me because I was originally going to drive out with one of my other buddies in November, but next month is going to be September, I believe. Yeah. So I'd have to just catch a flight because I need to sell all this stuff and I'm not going to have the money for a road trip, let alone I'd have to rent a U-Haul because I wanted to take I'm still going to take my computer no matter what because my computer I really need. But I was going to take like my little HD TV I got a refrigerator, I got an AC conditioner, my chair right here. I really want to take my chair because my chair is so comfortable, but it's too damn big. I'm like 6'7" and I can't fit on a flight or ship it or anything. It's going to cost too much. So And then all my green screen stuff and my clothes, etc. And that would pretty much be it. I'm gonna sell everything else I got, including, if it comes to that, I'll sell my car, I'll sell my bike I have, I'll sell this TV, I'll sell the air conditioner, I'll sell my refrigerator, and then just make do with what I got and take the ticket and, uh, you know, send my computer through baggage and just hope, nothing goes wrong with that. I'll probably have to get insurance on it because it's pretty. I put a lot of money into that back when I was working and just reset up everything when I get out there. So, but we'll see which way it goes because the job's kind of ghosting me a little bit. So I don't know if that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on. I don't know. We'll see. But that's what I got going on in my life right now, guys. So there's a possibility in November. Yeah, November that I won't be making KC videos for a couple days because I'll literally be driving across the country from California to North Carolina, and I'm hoping that's what's gonna happen because then I can keep more of my stuff and I can have a fun road trip with my buddy, and because I'm really gonna miss California, man. California, I've lived here most of my life, and I feel like I'm giving up, and it sucks to feel that way, but it's like, what can I do, man? Like, my dad owns a single-story house with 2 bedrooms in it. He bought it back in 1994 for like 267,000, and now it's worth like 800 plus thousand of one story in California. Because real estate's just ridiculous out here. You can't do anything. So I feel bad because I have so many good friends and family, and it just feels like I'm giving up, but I can't do it. I just can't do it, and so I got to go somewhere where I can be creatively free. I don't have crazy roommates because I would love to do like cooking streams and eating with friends streams, invite some people over, say some viewers that I know they were visiting. Yo, come on over. Let's have some brews. Let's have a souffle or whatever the hell. Let's get you on stream and let's chat. Let's just be us, have some fun. But anyways, this video probably went way too long, so I'm sure I had other stuff to say, but if you want a personal flavor of me, there's your personal flavor of me. And I'm still going to be creating KC content. Still a little sick. I'm going to try to stream tonight. We'll see how I feel. Uh, anyways, I pretty much said all that stuff. So thank you guys again for the 1,000 views. And I will catch you again at a later date. Peace.